St. Louis will be showcasing a play that has grown from a 38-hour performance by 200 artists to a free 5-day event attracting more than 1,500 artists throughout the region and dozens of diverse community partners. Here to share more with us is lead producer Kristen Ryan and interim producing director Jennifer Wintzer. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you for having us.
What do you think it is? What magical power does Shakespeare have that he has been so popular all these years?
Well, I think for us at the festival, which we're now in our 18th season of producing free professional Shakespeare in Forest Park and Shakespeare Glen, what's been so exciting about us to share this work, all of the 38 plays with the entire region of St. Louis, is the universality of Shakespeare, that we can really connect to so many of the themes and the characters in his plays. No matter the year, the time, the place, the people, there's ways that we can find inspiration in his work.
And even depending on your age, you might see a Shakespeare play at one age and then you get older and you watch it again and you see different things that you didn't pick up before.
Absolutely. So you can journey through your life with these plays and find something unique each time that you engage with a performance.
And speaking of his 38 plays, how did you decide which one to do this year?
Well, with Romeo and Juliet, this will be our second time doing it, but what's really exciting for us is that we started the entire festival in 2001 with Romeo and Juliet. So that was our first year, and so we're bringing it back 18 years later to share this offering with our beautiful audience here that's grown to quite a size of 40,000 people in Forest Park.
And speaking of growing, you have grown the Shakespeare program.
Mm-hmm. Well, we started with our branding of In the Park, which, as I said, in 2001 with Romeo and Juliet, and we've grown that programming to be in the schools, in the streets, and in the park. So in terms of the wealth of growth that we've had over 18 years, we've been able to offer education programming throughout the metro area as well as rural Missouri. And then about 9 years ago, we started In the Streets, which is really part of the Shake 38 programming that we're here to talk about today, as well as our Shakespeare in the Streets productions that we will now be in our 6th season of producing.
And I know that you have also a little sneak peek into the future too. You have another program that you're adding.
Yes, so on that growth of having 40,000 audience and patrons throughout the season, we're going to introduce In the Works this year in 2018 in the fall, which will be our opportunity to produce work of living playwrights that are inspired by Shakespeare's language.
And again, with your growth, you have Shake 38. Can you tell us a little bit more about that and what we should expect from that?
Sure. So Shake 38 is a 5-day community marathon of all 38 Shakespeare's plays in his canon. So diverse groups from around the St. Louis metro area take a play from the canon and make it happen any way they see fit. So we've had people dancing on top of cupcake trucks. We've had people performing Julius Caesar in an empty swimming pool in Maplewood. So you can find them in almost any neighborhood over that 5 days from April 18th to the 22nd.
And how do people get involved in that? Do you have an open casting call kind of thing? Or is it, again, you said anything goes. Can you define that a little bit?
Yeah, so we have more of an open producer call. Okay. So we rely on community partners who could be professional theater companies or even just a group of friends who want to produce Shakespeare in their own way and interact with the text in a very personal event. So we advertise an application that goes live in the winter each year, and then we welcome anyone on board with an idea and that wants to make an event happen during those 5 days.
So if we have a viewer who wants to be an actor, right now it's probably too late for them, but they can always do it next year, or at least come see this year.
I would say definitely be an audience member this year, kind of see what Shake 38 is about, and then if you have an idea that's inspired from an event or that they're thinking about in their mind's eye, then put it to paper, send it along our way, and we'll find a way to include you in the festival.
Okay, again, anything goes. And can you give the website where they can find the list? Because you have different events throughout the St. Louis area, and how can they find out about those so they don't miss anything?
Absolutely. So you can visit sfstl.com. So it's an acronym for our name, and you can go online. There's a live, up-to-date schedule that will update dates, times, locations for each event.
And there's events for families, there's events for, that are more adults, and you list all that information.
Yes, we usually include a suggested audience for each event, so you can know if you have little ones coming with you, which events are a little bit more family-friendly than others.
Hey, well, I greatly appreciate it. And stay with us at STL Live. We'll have more with Shakespeare Festival St. Louis after this break.